Hi crafty friends and subbies old and new. This is little Rhonda Lee, and I am back today to share a little cute project that I made using Doreen's OohlalaVtgTreasures Pink Silk Atelier collection. And I made this cute little easel card with drawer box. You've probably seen these before. It's about 3 by 3. There's a little drawer, and you can pop it up like this, and you can put a sentiment down here or whatever you like. They're really cute and they're easy to make. So I thought that today I would show you a little, tutorial on how you can construct one of these yourself. And I will have all the links below for OohlalaVtgTreasures shop on Etsy, if you like this collection and you would like to have it for your own too. So, well, let's get started then. Okay, now I don't do many tutorials, so I'm kind of rusty on doing it, but let me tell you, first of all, you're gonna need some cardstock. You're gonna need a way to score, and some measurements. Now I have the measurements and everything here for you so that you could, when the time is right for you, you could pause the video and see everything here for each part of constructing this. Okay, so to save a little bit of time, I did take my cardstock and I cut out these 3 parts here. So there's the drawer part, the drawer sleeve, and the easel base. Okay, that's the first part. That's going to be your base, and then we'll get to this part, which is the designer paper that you want to insert. Okay, so like I said, I did do that. So we have the drawer here. That's the 4 7/8 by 4 7/8, and we have, this is the sleeve part, the drawer sleeve, 8.5 by 3 inches, and the easel base, which is 9 by 3 inches. Okay, so then you're going to get out your scoreboard. Get mine. I'll probably need to zoom out a little, I'm sure. Let's see. That's pretty good, I guess. It's about as far as I can zoom out, I think. Okay, so we're going to start with the drawer, okay? And I'm going to take off my sticker here. I hope it comes off easily. Oh, good. Alright, so this is the 4 7/8 square by 4 7/8. So we're going to score this on all 4 sides 1 inch. Okay, so got 1 inch. Okay, so that's done. And so what you're going to do then, you can see the score lines there. So you're going to get your scissors. See if I'm going to use these. And you're going to see that little square there. You're going to cut right up to the line there. And then you're gonna Cut a little bit wider there. Cut a little piece out like that. Okay, so we're going to do the same over here. And do the same thing on the other side. You can find videos on how to make these easel card things all over YouTube. I watched so many of them, and I just found one that was the measurement I wanted, because I wanted the end result to be about 3 by 3, but you can make them bigger too. I just don't know what those measurements are. This is for the 3 by 3 outcome. They're pretty easy to make, and I think they're so cute because it's like a card and a gift box in one. Okay, so now you're just gonna fold everything up on the score lines. Like so. I'm using, I don't know what the weight of this cardstock is. It's pretty sturdy. I've had it for a long time, so I don't know what, you know, what weight it is, but it's in like a gray. This is, but you can use any color you want depending on what you're doing, you know. But it's good to make a cardstock base. It will definitely hold up better. All right. So we have that. Okay, so we're going to set this aside for a second, and then we're going to go to the next piece that we cut out, and it is the drawer sleeve, 8.5 by 3. You only need 1 or 2 pieces of cardstock to cut all this out if you're doing it this size. Okay, so the 8.5 by 3, we're going to score at 3, 4, 7, and 8 inches. 3, 4, 7, and 8. Okay. So here we go. Oops, sorry. Move that a little bit. Barely get all this in here. I can make it higher. Sorry about that. Okay, so what did I say? Okay, 3, 4. So 3, 4, 7, and 8. Okay. Okay, sorry about that. Where were we here? So we scored the drawer sleeve at 3, 4, 7, and 8. Okay, so you're just gonna fold on those lines. Like so. Okay, so we have that done. That's going to be the sleeve that goes around the drawer. Okay, we have one more piece here. This is the easel base that goes on the top. This part here. You can see it from the side here. Okay, and so we score this one. Get this off. We scored this one at 3, 4.5, and 6. Okay. So 3, 4.5, and 6. Okay. And it's going to be like an M. You're going to make it like an M. So like middle line one way, and then these the other way. Like so. So you see how that's like an M, and that's going to be your top piece. Okay, so now we're ready to start gluing or taping, whichever you prefer. You can use double stick tape or you can use glue, whatever you like. So it's going to be like, we're going to do the drawer first. So we just need to, well, you know what, before we do that, maybe we should put on the designer paper. It might be easier. Yeah, maybe so. Okay, so turn it over, and you're going to want to do the front and back. This will be the front, this will be the back. So you're going to want to put your designer paper on the outside there, okay, on those two pieces. So if you look at the notes here, then you need two cut out at 2 3/4 by 3/4, and two for the outside sleeve are going to be 2 7/8 by 7/8. Okay, so we're going to do that part first. I might have had that backwards, sorry. But it's all written down right, so see, 2 3/4. I have them ready to go here. So there's two of the 2 3/4 by 3/4. Yeah, those are the ones that are going to go here. Okay, so I cut out some of the designer paper, and this is on some specialty paper that I printed it on, these digis. It's satiny, and kind of, you could see a little bit of I don't know if you can tell that. It's really neat. I don't know what it was really, but I found it in my stuff, so I'm going to use it. So we're going to want to glue that down. Now you could, you can distress the edges if you like or whatever, but I'm not going to with this. So let me get my glue going. Ever happened to you guys, like my glue looks brownish there? It's because I had a pin in there that I guess isn't stainless or something like that, so it colored my glue. I guess it doesn't matter, but okay. Right. Okay. So you just center that in the middle best you can with a little, it'll be a little bit of border around. I think the glue is best to use because you have a little wiggle time. Okay, so that's that side. I'm going to do the same thing here. The other piece. It is so hot here today in Southern California. Oh my God. And windy, but hot wind. We call them Santa Anas here. Okay, here we go with this piece. And there you go. So there's that. Okay, now we can glue these tabs in. Okay, so put some glue on those. And just fold that up, line it up. Like so. Get it even as you can. And that looks pretty good. Okay, I'll do this one. I'm a little uncoordinated. There we go. And you should have something like this. Okay, that's going to be the inside of your little drawer. Okay. So then you want to do, you want to have a little handle or something. There's many ways you can do that. You can make strips of paper and two little things to attach it, like here, or you could make a center thing like on mine. I did a little, what do you call it, little bead as my closure thing. But it's really up to you, whatever you want to do. You can poke through it. You need a little hole punch to do that. There's all kinds of ideas. You let your imagination go wild. But for this demonstration, I am going to, I can get it out. Oh my goodness. I'm going to glue something on a little flat back pearl kind of thing. If I can get it out of this box. Okay. So I got one of these. And I'm just going to glue that in the front. Because actually when you do open the drawer, you're going to want to kind of push it from the back too. Mostly. So you're not really pulling, you don't really need a handle really per se. But if you want to, you can do that. So I'm going to glue that on. I'm going to eyeball the middle. Okay, let that dry. So then there you go with that. Now you can line the insides too if you want to. You don't have to. I'm just putting a piece in the bottom. And I hope it's the right size because the tutorial I followed didn't include that, but I hope this fits right. Let me see. Oh good. Well, it's, yeah, that's close enough. Okay, and that is, I cut that at 2 3/4 inch by 2 3/4 inch. Okay. So just push that down in there. You can glue it. I'm not gluing it right now. I think it'll be fine. Just like this. Ooh, might be a little bit tight. I might have to trim a piece, but a little bit. You gotta play with it, you know. Nothing's perfect. Oh, brother. Okay, I guess I'm just, that bugs me. That'll bug me. So I gotta trim something off here. Alright, let me see. So much for those measurements. See if that helped. Yeah, that's a lot. No, I still need to do the other side a little bit. So, it'd have to be a little bit, about 1/8 of an inch smaller than I thought. Okay. There we go. Mission accomplished. There we go. Okay. So, I think we're done with the scoreboard for right now. So I'm going to remove that. And what's next here? Okay, then we're going to put together the sleeve that goes around the drawer. So we just have to glue that one part right there. So we're going to do that. Okay. All right, so we have that. All right, so let's put the drawer in. See how that looks. There we go. So there's the drawer in there. Okay. So next is the easel base. That's going to go on top here like this. Oh, we need to put these on the sides here. Okay. So I'm going to take the back out. So these are the 2 7/8 by 7/8 pieces of designer paper. So they should go right in there. Yeah, just perfectly. All right. Just like that. Okay, let's do the other side. Okay. Okay, so it looks like something like that. All right, so that's done now. Okay, so now you have the drawer completed. Okay. Now, when I did mine, this part lays flat. Sorry for the reflection, but I used photo stock. So if you you want it to lay flat if you can, but mine doesn't lay flat. So I had an idea, and this is what I'm going to try with this for you guys, is I'm going to put some ribbon underneath here first, so that I can tie a bow around this, and that will keep it flat. And then, you know, you can untie the bow and then you can pop it up, you know, like that. So what we need to do then, first we got to glue this base piece to the top of the box. Okay, maybe I should put the ribbon under that. Yeah, I think so. Okay, so I'm going to cut a piece of ribbon so that I can glue it through here. Alright, let me get that. I have some pink ribbon here, some thin ribbon, so it won't cover a lot of the picture, you know, on the front that you're going to do. So let's see. I wonder how much I need. Better to cut more, right? So I'm going to go like pretty long, just in case I can always cut it down. Yeah, I think that should be good. Or if you have a better idea of how to keep it down, you maybe could do magnets or something like that. Alright, so even get that. And put that down here. I hope this works. Let's see. There we go. Get it straight as you can, Rhonda. Okay, good. I got that down now. So now I will glue that down. Right on top. Get it as even as you can. Okay. Don't smash your drawer like I did. Okay, that looks pretty good, I guess. Hold the glue a little longer here. Maybe score tape would be better for this part. Should have thought of that. Anywho, you get the picture. Okay, now you're going to want to get out the designer pieces that you cut at 2 7/8 by 2 7/8. One of them's that, and one of them is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. Okay. Oops. So I believe. Let's see which one's bigger. Okay. The 2 7/8 by 2 7/8 is going to go here. Okay. That's the next thing. Let me zoom in a little bit. Whoop. Alright, so that's the next thing to get glued down. So let's do it. Center it as best you can. My glue is just that Barely glue, it's called. I have it all covered now, but it's yeah, I like that brand. It dries clear. It's Just good white glue. But you can use whatever you like the best. Alright, so we got that. So now we're going to put the other piece of designer paper here, the 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. That's going to go right here, like that. Alright, so let's do that. Okay, that should be good. Try to center it, stick it down. Okay. Alright, so we got that. So now you want to put something down here that's going to be your like stopper thing, you know, when you put the easel up, it's going to keep it from, you know, springing back. Okay, so you have to decide what you want to put there. So on this one, I just used a little applique, and I layered it with another applique and put a little bling bling there. But you could use paper. You could also, like some people use, they'll put something like this here with a sentiment on it. You know, you like signing the card, something like that. And then they'll just put maybe a little decoration thing that will be the stopper, like, you know, somewhere here on the edge or something, so that it'll stop it. But anyhow, that's a good idea, because then it really is like a card, you know, you get to have a sentiment. I didn't think of that, but I did later. So what I'm going to do on this one is I picked out just something here, a little something, if I can remember what it was I was going to do. Yeah, I think I was going to put this here, and oh yeah, I love the bows that come in this kit. They're so pretty, and I wanted to have one of these bows here, so I think my idea was to do that. I believe. Is that my idea? I think so. Let me see if I got anything else here. Yeah, that was my idea, I guess. Okay. That's quick and easy. So I'm going to do that. I'll glue that down. You could do anything really. I mean, you know, lots of ideas to do. I wanted it to be a little flat, if I could, as flat as possible. So that's another benefit of this way I'm doing it. I'll just put that there. So glue that down. Okay. I'll try to center that as best I can. little glue here. Okay, so we got that part done. That looks cute. So now it's just decorating this part right here. And so I came up with an idea for that. Let's see. Got my handy little box of stuff here. Okay. So I was thinking something like, maybe like this here. Something like that. And something like that maybe, or is that down? Yeah, I like that. Okay, something like that. Okay, so glue this down first. See, is that right? Yeah. Okay. Okay. I just love these little mannequin things and that she has in the kit. They're so pretty. There's lots and lots of ephemera cutouts in these kits that she has. I'll show you some of them as soon as we're finished here. Okay, and I think I had this about like that. Glue that. And I think I had this tucked under there. Like that. Right. Okay. I hope you guys like this. It's kind of fun. I mean, there's so many possibilities when you think about it of what you could do here. What do you think? I think that looks okay. Get that to hold for a second. Then I have this little doodad here, and I don't know where I was thinking of putting this. I could put it there, or you know what, maybe it was for down here, although that holds it fine. I think I was thinking of putting it like right here. I could put it here. I don't know. I think I'm going to put it down here. Okay. That looks cute. All right. And that is pretty much done. So as you can see, let's see, so that's sticking. And you just will fold it back like, like why won't it do it? It's trying to curl. Come on. Like that. Isn't that cute? I think it's adorable. So then when you have it like a card, here's what was my idea I added was the ribbon. Let's see how that turns out. Okay. You didn't get it tight enough, but it will help. It will help to hold that down, but I just needed to tie it tighter, I guess. So that is an option. You know, you can do that better than me, but it'll hold it down. And it looks like a pretty bow on, you know, on a present. And then they would just, you know, untie it and pop the easel up like that. So what I wanted to show you now too was another idea I had for things to put in your drawer. So you could put anything, embellishments, candy, you know, anything actually. But what I did, I made some embellishments, and I made these little charms out of the ephemera cutouts from the kit, and they came out really super cute. So let me take some out, and I put holes in it, and I attached, you know, some jump rings and stuff so that you could hang it from something or whatever you wanted to do. And I made it out of shrinky dink. I painted the backs pink and pearl, and so these are shrinky dinks. You can buy them, the paper for these, still online. You can get them at Amazon, and you want to get the ones that say for inkjet printers. Okay, so you can feed the sheet into your inkjet printer, pick out the page of cutouts you want to do, print them out, and then you cut them out and you put them in the oven. You just follow the directions and put them in the oven. And they're so cute. They made these great little charms. I love them. I did some bows. And some flowers. And more mannequins. All different sizes. Everything that she had on the sheets, really. You get little ones, big ones. And they're so darling, and they're, you know, hard. And so you just put some jump rings, and you can see how fun that is. I love the idea. So I got to get me some more shrinky dink stuff, sheets. And I like the back. I just painted it, you know, pink. Aren't those adorable? I thought that was a great idea. So this would be a great little gift to give a crafty friend. You know, make some charms or some other embellishments and stick them in the drawer there as a surprise. And then to adorn, you know, their projects, they can attach these to like a beaded thing like this. Let's say I have this. I have a few of these. They have a little clasp at the top, and they're pearl, and I just tied a little bit of ribbon stuff there. and then you would just you know, attach one of these to the end. And wouldn't that be adorable, just dangling from your journal? Or I think it's great. I think it would be really cute. So Doreen, here's an idea for you. Get some shrinky dink stuff. Anyway, I thought that was really cute. And then, you know, you can dangle them from wherever you want. So they're very useful. You know, you can make a charm bracelet. You can do whatever you want with them. But yeah, it's a simple way to make charms, actually. So there you go. They're really easy to make. And the drawers pretty easy to make if you're not so inept like I am. No, but even I could do it. So if I could do it, you could do it. All right. So there's the outcome. There's the little project. I think it's so adorable. And I want to show you also some of the other parts to this kit, because they're so pretty. There's like other bows and wax seals, and look at how pretty these came out though. You know, these are on photo paper, but there's lots of ruffles and pinks, and here's some of the bows. And there's more of these. Aren't they pretty? I love these so much. And there's different sizes. It comes all of this. There's a bunch of parts to this kit. There's these are all the embellishments. Look at these bows. She does such beautiful digis. Look at these flowers here. I love those. Aren't they pretty? And then these are a couple of the background pages that I used that shimmery paper, printed it on that. And there's that one with the satin. This is on regular cardstock here. Isn't that pretty? Roses. And here's another sheet here. And you can, you know, cut it in half or fold it, or, you know, you can use them in lots of ways. So pretty. And this is just a piece of the cardstock that I was using. So I wanted to show you some of those other papers from the kit. And I'll be making some journals, of course, too. And let's see, was there anything else? I think that was it. I'll be back again soon with showing the unboxing of my new Crystals and Pearls kit that came from Doreen, which I love being a member of that club. And I'll have all the links below for her Etsy shop and her Facebook channel and everything. So there you go. There's a little easel card drawer, gift card and box and present all in one. And I want to thank you guys all for coming by and for your support and coming back, and I really appreciate it. You guys mean the world to me, and I just love this crafting community. And until next time, I guess, then I'm going to sign off for now. So you guys take care, okay? Thanks, Doreen, for everything. All right. Bye-bye.